What does ethical consumption look like in a capitalist society? Every time you spend money, I feel like you're also voting. Like really everything that's in my house, I want it to be either black owned or woman owned. What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to do a full face of makeup using either black owned, woman owned, and or eco-friendly makeup products. Let's go. First, I'm going to start with this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Primer. I've already used quite a bit of it. I love this product. It's the only thing that keeps me from being oily like during the entire day. I can wear this for 8 to 10 hours and my makeup still looks flawless, and I'm actually not joking. Just gonna warm it up in my hands here. So while I do this, I want to talk about where my channel is going to go from here, because I'm really passionate about just buying black owned, woman owned in general. And I've kind of been feeling a certain type of way about, you know, influencers and capitalism and ethical consumption. So I decided to kind of switch up my platform a little bit. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit before I go on. So next I'm gonna go in with this Pat McGrath liquid foundation, shade medium 24. And okay, so the reason that I've been wanting to get into this in my channel was recently I bought a bunch of skincare. I've become really passionate about skincare. I've been working on my skin for a really long time. And I bought a whole bunch of skincare from a company, it doesn't even matter because I'm not gonna rebuy it, that I've kind of had my eye on for a while and I've really been wanting to buy. Honestly, one of my favorite sets of skincare products I've ever got in my life. Come to find out that they're owned by Amore Pacific, which is like, they own basically everything and they're not really boycott safe. So I was kind of bummed out by that, and it really kind of got me thinking, what does ethical consumption look like in a capitalist society? You know, how can I consume products ethically, like at all, really? It kind of got me down, to be completely honest with you. So I had been thinking about it, and I decided I kind of want to dedicate my whole page to buying products for ethical consumption. Now, with that being said, I have a lot of products that are not anything that I would ever buy again. And like this one Sephora product, I'm never gonna buy it again. But part of ethical consumption is waste management. So I'm not going to throw anything away just because, you know, I found out later that it doesn't fit my beliefs. I'm just not gonna buy it again. So you're probably gonna see me using a lot of products that don't necessarily work, but I'm gonna try and stay on topic as much as I can. If I wasn't using this, I would be using a Huda Beauty Concealer, which I am gonna use on top of this most likely, but it's just not the right color. It's too light, so that's why I'm not using it right now. I'm not perfect by any means, but one thing I will not do is lie to you guys. Like, I still shop at Amazon. I'm not better than anybody, I will say. I'm doing my best. I'm gonna be honest about where I get everything. I'm imperfect just like everybody else, but I am going to do my best, and I promise you that I will not lie about where I get things from. For example, I am interested in shopping from this company called Bella Nomi. I really, really want an African net sponge, and I want it like yesterday. But I went on their site, and it's gonna take like 2 weeks to get to me. And I was this close to going on Amazon and buying the same product, Bella Nomi, on Amazon and getting it, you know, the next day. But I'm trying really hard to practice what I preach. Sometimes I probably will fail, but I just want to let you guys know I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna do my best. So I know that this makeup doesn't match me. I'm pretty dark right now for the summer, but I'm gonna use this Milk bronzer to clean it up. This is neither black owned nor woman owned, but they are vegan, cruelty free, all of that. And I believe they are fine. So my main reason for doing this was because I'm very passionate, you know, about like civil rights, women's rights. Ugh, why did that look like that? I'm gonna have to fix that. Whoops. Let me just clean that up. Okay. Anyways, so I'm very passionate about civil rights and women's rights. And it kind of got me thinking, like, how can I be so passionate about something, yet I'm essentially voting with my dollar, you know? You can vote during the elections, whatever, but every time you spend money, I feel like you're also voting, because how can I be mad about what politicians are in office, or, you know, lobbyists, blah, 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 things that are, you know, laws that are being passed. Maybe I'm not using the right terminology. I'm not a fucking political scientist, but anyways, you get what I'm trying to say, hopefully. How can I be mad about these things when I'm putting money in the pockets of people who are bankrolling these politicians and like these policies? You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't really make sense. Again, I understand in a capitalist society, ethical consumption is very hard. And I don't expect everyone to be able to, you know, live the way that I'm trying to live. People have kids and convenience really is key. And I understand that. You know, when you order Black owned or from independent shops, a lot of times it'll take a really long time for products to get to you, or they'll be more expensive. So I don't really want to shame anyone. Now I'm gonna go in with this Danessa Myricks Cream to Blush. Cream to Foundation Blush. But anyways, I just really want to use my platform to kind of build community. Community over convenience, if you will. So if anyone's interested in that, hear me out. This is like really pigmented, so be careful. I've been obsessed with boyfriend blush placement lately, so we're gonna try that. Sometimes I mess it up and it just gets all over my face. Let's see how we do today. So, that being said, I did find a couple Black-owned companies that are like Amazon, if you will. One of them is called Julo Shop, and one of them is called Black Nile instead of Amazon. The Julo Shop, I will say, they have a very like high shipping cost unless you're spending over a certain amount, so kind of be prepared for that. Black Nile seems to have more options, but I was reading up on it and it seems like it may take a little bit longer for products to get to you. In my next video, I'm gonna order a bunch of stuff off of both platforms so we can kind of figure it out together. But anyways, I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty concealer and brighten this up a little more. So like I said, I'm not gonna lie about anything. If I kind of slip up and buy something on Amazon, I'll definitely be sure to let you know, which kind of brings me to my next point. How do you guys feel about resell products that probably come from Amazon? I don't know if you guys have heard of like Amazon palettes. So I recently bought these chairs that I found on Facebook Marketplace, and they were half the price that they were on Amazon. So I need 4 chairs. I have 2 right now. I got 2 for $60. Originally priced, they are $140 or $150. Do we think that buying resale is technically the same as buying from Amazon? I haven't really decided how I feel about that yet. I figure I'm supporting someone who's not Amazon and I'm putting money in their pocket instead. So to me, I feel like that's better, but I don't know, I guess. What do you guys think? Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with Juvia's Place bronzer powder and maybe a little bit of powder blush on top. We'll see how I feel. Like really my main goal here is to just shop with a little bit more intention. You know, obviously without going broke, because I understand that stuff can be a little more expensive. I am gonna be having a little extra money when I decide to shop on Julo and Black Nile. I think I'm gonna probably make a budget for myself of about $200 or $250. I know it's kind of a lot, but I'm gonna buy these products so you guys don't have to and try them out for you. Now, I'm also talking about, like, I'm not just talking about beauty products, you guys. I'm really trying to transform my whole home. I'm talking about toiletries, cleaning products, candles, like really everything that's in my house. I want it to be either Black owned or woman owned, and or if I can do neither of those things, or I could kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I would like them to be eco-friendly as well. So I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna use this bronzer on my eyes also before I do my mascara, and then I'll do my hair. I don't know if this is any of the above that I just mentioned things. I know it's not Black owned, I know it's not woman owned. I don't know if it's boycott safe or eco-friendly. I'm almost out of it, so we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna do, am I supposed to bake first or do my mascara first? I genuinely do not know. I think I was supposed to bake before I sprayed. It doesn't matter. I'm just going live while I'm at the studio, most likely. So if I look sweaty on camera, so be it. I'm probably gonna bake first, let's see here. So guys, I'm still gonna be posting like lifestyle stuff, beauty, things like that. I'm just gonna try and be very intentional about what I'm doing. Huda Beauty Easy Bake. I need to buy a bookshelf and I need to organize some books. I found a bookshelf on Amazon that I want, and I also found the exact same bookshelf on Marketplace. I'm gonna try and buy it on Marketplace. I don't really know, that's the only thing. I don't really know where I can buy like things like that, like bookshelves, dressers. You know, I moved into a house, so I have a lot of filling up the space to do, but I wanna do it intentionally. I don't wanna just spend money just because I have it. I have a really bad habit of doing that. So besides just trying to be better with my money in general, I wanna do so intentionally. That's why I was wondering how you guys feel about like resell and things like that. Now I'm gonna go in with Milk mascara. This is the tubing mascara. I like this tubing mascara. I didn't realize how to use it. So like I had bought a sample Milk mascara and it was just this one right here. So when I was at the store, I saw that Milk had this new one and I was asking the Sephora lady what the difference was. And she was explaining tubing mascara. Oh fuck. Tubing mascara to me, I'm gonna have to let that dry, and how it takes every individual lash and instead of kind of just like, I don't know, whatever the other one does. And so I was like, oh, that's cool, let me try that. Tried it, hated it at first. But I think it's because I didn't realize how to use it. You're kind of supposed to pause at the top and then blink onto it. So then when I started doing that, I became obsessed because also, it's really easy to take off. You just use some warm water and then it just comes off of your face. It doesn't smear on your face, which I absolutely love. Let me just do the bottom lashes really fast. This is the bottom lash with and without. Lovely. Let me do the other side. Okay, here we go. So now I'm gonna put a heat protectant on my hair. Doesn't matter the heat protectant that I'm using because I'm never gonna use it again. Just use one. When I find one that works, that aligns with me, I'll let you know. I don't really need to straighten it that much, so that's good. I'm just gonna get a few pieces here that could use some love. Now, I'm not rich by any means, but sometimes I do have, a little disposable income or whatever, so I'd be more than happy to buy some products. If you guys are interested in trying something out and you wanna know what it's like before you buy it, let me know. Drop it in the comments. And if I got a little extra money, I'll buy something from there and try it out and review it for you guys and let you know. Oh my God, I just realized I didn't do any lipstick. Wow. I'm just gonna put some clear gloss on, like it's 2001. Here's a little at-home makeup look so that I can feel alive while I work from the house.